All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you all are having a great day. And in today's video, we are going to be testing out some products that I've had that I haven't gotten around to using, but we're going to put that to the test today. Just got back from a trip, and this vehicle is nasty. So we're going to see how well these products work and what is different about these products is they are all plant-based and safe for you, safe for the birds, safe for the ducks. It's a biodegradable product that's supposed to have some really good clean. So let's see what we're going to be working with. Unfortunately, I don't have the whole lineup. I received these two from Bioworx and in a box a while ago. It was the I can't remember that one, the mystery subscription box, and this is horrible because I've had that for a long time. But it is Bioworx. This is their all-purpose cleaner, concentrate obviously, and then this is their all-natural car soap. Let's see. Let's go over the directions and how to use it, what kind of dilutions they recommend. And then after that, I'm going to get everything set up and ready to go. And then we're going to get into washing this Ascent here and getting it cleaned up. Let's see, directions. Highly concentrated. Add your desired amount of soap. Okay, so light duty, it says half an ounce per gallon, so a 256-to-1 dilution for the bucket. Everyday washing, 1 ounce per gallon. Heavy duty, add 2 ounces. Let me see. Okay, it doesn't specifically say what dilution for the foam cannon. It just says you may use natural auto soap with the mechanical device if you desire foam cannon, foam gun, yada, yada, yada. Let's see. So here's what I'm thinking. It's pretty dirty. We're going to do 2 ounces in the bucket, which I have over there. And I'm just going to do a 10-to-1 dilution ratio in the foam cannon. Let me remove this. The scent, I'm not sure what the scent is, but it's not bad. Not bad at all. It's a light odor. It's not overpowering. And then for their APC, make sure you can read that. It has multiple dilutions here. Let me readjust my angle so you can see. As you can see here, you got their dilution ratios. And I'm going to use this for the wheels and tires. And what I also will do is I'm going to spray some of it on the vehicle and see how well it does at breaking down the road grime, because it rained, it snowed, and it's just overall extremely dirty. So what I'm thinking, I'm just going to do 8-to-1 right here, their lowest dilution. So 4 ounces to 32 ounces of water. So that's it for this portion. Let me get the rest of this stuff set up and ready to rock and roll. And then we'll go out and see how well it does on cleaning the wheels and tires. And then I'm going to do a little pre-spray section on there to see how the cleaning ability is on paint. Fortunately, the vehicle is coated. Everything's coated, trim, paint, windows, all that good stuff. So let's get into the show and get this show on the road. All right, everyone. We are here at the wheel and tire fender well area. As you can see, I mean, it's not the dirtiest, but it's still dirty. I got Bioworx APC diluted 8-to-1. So let's get this pre-treated and let's see how it operates in a foam sprayer. Wow. Not gonna lie, that is surprisingly thick. Let's get the fender well. Is my IK filled up a little much? Yeah, but that's okay. So we're gonna let this sit and work. Let me pause you real quick so I can repump and let this sit and work. All right, so this has been soaking for about a minute or so. And what we're gonna do is rinse it off and get to work. Now, I'm not seeing any browning come off the tires. Maybe a little bit down here. Yeah, there's a little bit. Ultimately, I think the mechanical wash will do the work. So what I like to do, I'm going to hit the fender wells real quick. But this time, actually, let's change it up. I'm going to pre-rinse it all off and then respray it and see what we got. All right, that's good enough. You spray the fender well. So I am actually really impressed with how well this product foams on. This is all the APC. I didn't add anything to it, and it kind of looks like a wet suds or wet foam to me. But let's go in, hit the fender wells. Now, also what I did is I added 2 ounces of the soap into my wheel bucket as well. Get under here. Don't forget the little lip here. And let's see how that cleans. And actually what we'll do is I'm going to grab another really good tire cleaner to be a test after I'm done with this initial agitation and cleaning. So let's grab the tire brush. So I'm not seeing any browning, but also before vacation, this was cleaned up. So let's grab my wheel woolly thing. Yeah, you can see the dirt coming off from behind the fender wells. Let's see, get in here, get down. Get into these tight spots. Yeah, you can see right here, all that dirt coming off. Try to make sure my knee's not in the way. Get the wheel face. All right, let's rinse it off. And actually, before I do that, let me go grab my wheel cleaner check product. I'll be right back. All right, so we got ADS tire cleaner 4-to-1. That's going to be our check product. Let's rinse this off and see what's up. So all this beading, that is the quick beads from DIY, and this is one of the turtle wax dressings, and it's still holding up pretty good after being slapped with a all-purpose cleaner. But let's check the tire again. Let's see if we get any browning. We'll spray that on here. All right. Let it dwell. Looks like I'm seeing a little bit of browning right here. Yeah. It doesn't look like this is the strongest tire cleaner, but it still did a decent job. There's a little bit of browning coming off. But once again, this did go through a lot of shit. But I would say that's actually very acceptable. You know, I'm not disappointed by that. Let's see, let me rinse off my hands. And let's do a swipe. Not seeing anything. So obviously the mechanical agitation did the work. My hands are all sudsy. But strictly on tires, I don't know. It's okay. It's mediocre. So let's rinse this off and let's get into the next portion. So let's see. Yeah, you definitely, I wouldn't really use the all-purpose cleaner as a one and done. If it's a mildly dirty tire, you could probably get away with it. And what your classification as mildly dirty, that's going to be up to you to determine. But let me finish up the wheels and tires, and then the next part of the video, I'm going to use it as a pre-spray on the body. I'm going to do like half the door and the bugs, and let's see what it can do. So let me finish up the wheels and tires, and let me get back to you. All right, so just got finished with the wheels and tires. Let's go on and see how well Bioworx works on bugs. So let's spray the bugs here. Get those pre-treating. Might need to do some maintenance on my IK. It seems to be losing steam pretty dang quick. So let me pause and repump. All right, we are repumped up. You can see all this grime here. I'm going to do about half the door. All right, let that soak. And then let me repump up a little bit. And we're going to do half of the rear hatch and the rear bumper as well, just to see what kind of dirt and grime will this plant-based all-purpose cleaner remove. So all right, so we're going to let that soak for a bit. I'm going to pause the video, and here in a couple minutes, we're going to go spray off the front bumper, driver door, rear hatch. And actually, before I do that, let's see, because actually if it's starting to dry on, I'm going to spray it off earlier. Can we notice anything going on with these buggies? A little bit of bleeding. So it is breaking him down for sure. I just don't know how well it's doing his job. And this vehicle is coated, so let me put you on pause real quick, and we'll come back with the spray off and see how much of this it will remove. All right, so we got a couple minutes later. Let's see how well it does with removing bug guts. It's getting some of them. I mean, it did okay. I mean, let's see. So that's gone. I mean, there's still, I'd say maybe 70 to 80% are removed. So, you know, that's okay. The hand wash will definitely should get the rest of them. Let's check on this door. As you can see, it's starting to bleed there. All right, so that's not bad. Can you see it? That's basically back to sheeting. A little bit slower. And as you can see, that is significantly slower on the back door. So it looks like it did a decent job actually breaking down some of the road film and the gunk. Let's see how it does on the trunk. So it brought back a lot of beating. You can see that's not quite back, but back here is. Now let's do a comparison on the other side. So right there, let's see. More of a quick shooter. Yeah, it's about the same. I mean, it definitely did something. It removed a lot on the driver door. It did bring back a lot of the sheeting or the beading from the coating. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go over how well it foams, which going off of how well the APC foamed, I actually have pretty high hopes for this product foaming pretty well. So let's get into it. Make sure you got a good angle. Let's pop. So that seems to be very reasonable. Here, let's get a close-up of the foam. Let's see. That's actually pretty decent. Here, let me do the, try not to knock over my whole foam cannon. Yeah, that's not bad. It is on the runnier side, but I'm actually perfectly okay with that because what I want the soap to do is to start breaking down the dirt and the grime and start dragging it off of the surface. That's the intent and the purpose of doing your initial foam. You want that dirt and grime broke down and all the loose gunk and drug off the surface. So when you go into your contact wash, you're not dragging dirt particles across your surface. So let me finish foaming the vehicle. Once the pre-dwell is done, we're going to go back in on another side and let's see how much just the soap will remove. So let me finish pre-foaming and we'll be back when it's time to do the initial rinse. All right, so Bioworx has had a couple minutes to work. The glass is starting to dry up a lot faster than the paint. So got some gunk. Yeah, that removed it pretty well. Let's see. Door panel. And actually, this soap seems to be doing a great job. Breaking down the gunk. Let's see, back of the tire. Look at that. Here, I'm gonna try and get you a better angle. It actually did a really good job bringing back the beading. Let's check out the bumper because I did not apply the APC on this side. Yeah, it did. It actually did a really good job doing that initial clean. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish spraying off the vehicle. I'm going to refoam it, and we'll go over again kind of the initial thoughts and what I'm feeling on the contact wash. So let me finish spraying off and we'll be right back. All right, so we are back. I did the initial rinse. Let's see how the feel of this soap is. So I'm sensing slickness. Does feel good. The scent is not a bad scent at all. It is a nice, mild, and light scent, which I'm perfectly okay with. Now, we already saw the cleaning ability of the soap. APC, I feel at with this vehicle in my environment, it did a really good job. With and check out how well the soap rinses off the surface, and check some of these areas where the beading was turned into a more of a sheeting action, and that could just because of the remaining road film on the vehicle. So let me get through the contact wash real quick and we'll be right back. All right, we are finished with the contact wash. Let's go over the rinse off and how easily it rinses off if there's any residue left. So let's get going. Glass was drying up, so let's start. So it seems to be rinsing free and clear, but you can see it's slowing down there. So what I'll probably do is get a water spot remover and hit those areas. But as you can see as well, it's a little bit of residue that is leaving, but also this side is facing the sun, so that could also be why. All right, so I'm gonna finish up rinsing off, and what we'll do, I'll come back real quick and spray the back hatch with water spot remover and see if that brings back any of the beading, because right there it's a little bit slow. So let me finish the rinse off so this stuff doesn't completely dry on the surface, and we'll come back when I get the water spot remover. All right, so we finished off with the rinse off. There's a little spot here that was a little slow, and I'm just going to do a spray and rinse. Hit these little areas, hit the back hatch, And I am going to take this section at a time. All right, so we sprayed, gave it a second. Let's see. I don't know. I'm thinking this may have been an application error on my part. It's a little slow there. I mean, it's definitely brought it back a little bit faster than it was. Let's check the rear hatch. So we got one little spot here where it's acting a little weird. But it seems like the rest of the trunk hatch basically came back. Those weird little spots, I'm gonna chalk that off to application error on my part. You know, I got plenty of coating left, so I might just maybe polish and recoat those area. You know, maybe ask Ivan to see what he thinks. But that's gonna be a wrap. I'm gonna finish treating certain spots with water spot remover, and then we're gonna back it up, dry it, and then we'll go over final thoughts on the APC and the car shampoo. So let me get this finished up and I will see you at the end. All right, so Bioworx, their soap and their APC. What are my final thoughts on initial use of their products? So the APC did a good job, not on the tires, because going back over it with the Armor Detail Supply tire cleaner, it did remove some more gunk and browning off the tire. So it's an okay tire cleaner. It did a solid job on the wheels and wheel wells themselves. On the body of the vehicle and with the bugs, it did solid with removing the bugs on the front end of the vehicle and with removing the dirt and part of the road grime on the door, the back hatch of the vehicle. It did a good job. I'm going to give it an A in that aspect. It broke down the dirt, removed it, and you could see a significant difference with the beading on the surface from the pre-sprayed portion to the non pre-spray portion. So with their APC, yeah, I'm going to give this a solid A. It did a great job. You know, plant derived, it's safe for the environment, so that's not a bad thing. Now, with their soap, it also did a good job. The scent of this product is a very nice, toned down and mild scent. It cleaned really well. The slickness was good as well. The rinse off was easy. It did a great job breaking down a lot of the gunk and the grime. One thing to note with this soap, it's very thick. So when I mixed it up in my foam cannon and bucket, it actually took a little bit of time to get the product poured out of the bottle. But other than that, like, the scent, great. Cleaning power, good. Slickness was great. And the overall experience, the rinse off, it did a fantastic job. So finally, who would I recommend these products to? If you are in a part of the country or even the world that is very picky and strict on what kind of products you can use, this I feel would do a fantastic job, and you can't go wrong. Being plant derived, biodegradable, all that other great stuff for the environment. APC, same thing. If you're part of the wherever you live, if they're very strict on what kind of chemicals you can use to wash your vehicle, and even like for all purpose cleaners, this did a solid job. I would absolutely recommend it to someone. I don't think you'll be disappointed one bit whatsoever. So I was actually thoroughly impressed. And yeah, that's right. I got it from the glove box a while ago. But as you can see, vehicle's clean. It's shiny again. So yeah, no, absolutely. I recommend give it a try. Give their products a try. I only have the APC in the soap. I saw on their website that they do have a quick detail spray. I don't have that. I don't know if I'm going to go out and purchase it either. But yeah, I would absolutely recommend it. There are other soaps I like more than this, but it still did a great job. So that's going to be a wrap for this video. If you have any recommendations for a different product or a way to clean any part of the vehicle, let me know in the comments. If you have purchased these products and used them for yourself, let me know what your experience is. Was it good? Was it bad? Whatever it is, just let me know. So if you like this kind of content, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. And if you know someone who could get use out of these products, feel free to share the video to them. And that way they can see what they can expect potentially from these products before they actually go out and purchase. So that's going to be a wrap. Have a great day, everyone, and see you on the next video.